Good morning, Dr. Gary here on the road. We are dental practice brokers nationwide. Today's topic is, let's call this case study. When the real estate value and or cost to build a dental office far exceeds the gross income and value of the dental office, what do? We've talked about this before, but each instant has, or each circumstance has peculiar and unique characteristics of it. So we're going to get into this, what we think the best to do in these situations. As you know, we're now in 28 states. We just opened up Ohio. We have 10 employees. And we're now available to you from 8 a.m. in the morning until 9 p.m. in the evening every day, except Christmas and Easter. We will pick up the phone. Not only will we pick up the phone for new buyers and sellers, the ongoing deals that we have, and usually quite a few of them, we're able to facilitate the deals by staying in contact, by moving the deal forward. And that's one of the things we do. We watch all moving parts, and since we're in the middle, we could stay in touch with attorneys on both sides, buyers and sellers on both sides, everything. We could be the middle person. Now, secondly, the information you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only. It's not legal or business advice. Our phone number is 201-663-0935. Our website is nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com or dentalpracticeguide.com. You can find some useful information there. Now, if you're thinking about selling to a DSO, we can help you there because often they will pay our commission, so there'll be no commission to you. We pick and choose who we think the best DSOs are because they change all the time. The internal workings, the management, everything changes. One DSO in year 22 may not be the same DSO in 23. That is what the requirements are, their minimum EBITDA, number of operatories they're looking for. Things change, so we keep up with those changes. But more so, we want the best for you. We get the same commission from them all, so it doesn't matter. So we want you to be in the best possible situation. Also, if you work with us, often, based on certain criteria, we can get your legal fees reimbursed upon successful closing. So you may want to take advantage of that. So stay in touch with us about that. Anyway, and appraisals, if you need an appraisal, give us a call. We can help you with an appraisal. So what do we have here? So today's situation is we have two of them. A home office, really nice area. Home's worth about $875,000. And it's a home office. Now it has rental income. The doctor doesn't live there. So he's getting a few $1,000s a month from rental income. So that's something positive. But the home is worth like $875,000. Practice is grossing like nothing. Practice is a couple of operatories on the ground floor, grossing like $160,000, $150,000. It doesn't gross a lot of money. Now, under normal circumstances, you would say, now, wait a minute. And, of course, you've got to be aware of all the regulations with towns and living in a home office. You have to live there, and you got to check that. There's certain variances or grandfather clause, and your attorney will check that. But assuming you could buy the building and not live there, just have a tenant in there, or unless you want to live there, that's a tough one, all right? But you analyze the taxes and on the building, the taxes weren't that high on this piece of real estate that's worth $875,000. It's under $10,000, I think. So there's a possibility there that might meet your criteria, and with the increased income of the rental, maybe it would make sense for you if you wanted to buy a home and have your own, and the location's great, the parking's great. This is a possibility. But what you do is you put something like this, we put it on the market, advertise it, and if we don't think we're getting anywhere, we'll tell the doctor right ahead of time, sell the records, get out, sell it as a professional, professional home office, and see what happens there, and sell to any professional. Or you just sell it as a, as a home, private home, and somebody will just knock it, renovate the basement or the ground floor where the dental office is. Second one we have, someone did a build out, cost them about $800,000 for the build out. Gorgeous build out. Really, really nice build out. It was expensive. And that's how much, recently, in fact, after the pandemic, the prices went way up with inflation and everything. So something has to happen. It's going to happen with inflation. The cost of a dental office build out is very expensive. Now, I know the banks are doing up to $650,000 for a new build out now, nothing down. But, you have the situation that's kind of a risky. You build this beautiful office, you have a big note, and you're paying rent, you have no patience. I don't know, that's a risk you may not want to undertake. Whereas if you buy an existing office, you close the deal on Tuesday, you work on Wednesday. So, that's working out. So we have a situation now, you have a build out that was about $820, something like that. Practice grossing about $405,000. So you got a gross that's one half the cost of the build out. Now the seller still owes money. There's a lot of money on that $825,000 build out. A lot of money, far more than the practice is going to be worth from a cash flow situation. On the other hand, the build out's finished, and that's what it costs to do the build out. It would probably cost the same or more now. You're talking about a few thousand feet. You got 6 operatories, great location, move-in condition, like 4 years, 3-4 years old. So if somebody wanted to build, this would be a far better situation for you because you have in-house patients. And I think it's in an area that can grow rapidly. The only reason they're not busier is because they have several other offices, and this one they can't man due to staffing. So, that may be worth a shot, but you got a dilemma there. So the seller, if the seller can't find somebody, and the seller's not going to take a loss because they owe the money on the build out, can't take a loss. They don't have that money to spend. So, and the bank's not going to take a big discount on that. So what do you do? Well, the seller has to stick it out until the loan is paid down or they produce a lot more money, or the buyer takes a leap of faith and doesn't buy the practice based on cash flow, but buys the practice because it's a great location, it's a beautiful build out. They were ready to do a build out themselves. So under those circumstances, you can't look at cash flow. You've got to look at the facility, and if you were thinking about building a facility, well, you're getting one at a discount, and you take it from there. Obviously, I think the buyer had put some money down on it, so it brought the cost down a little bit to when it comes down now, if they have to resell everything. So the buyer's still taking kind of a loss and has paid down the note for the last couple of years. So you'll be getting sort of a bargain there. But it's a tough situation. The seller's not going to sell it until they can pay off their bank note. And is it worth it to you? You got to analyze the situation. You're getting a brand new walk-in facility in an outstanding area in a growth part of town, in one of the best areas of town, with high number of new patients. The seller simply can't manage it, can't get enough, clients, can't get enough employees to get in there. So you now have a situation where you may want to take a chance on it, and I think it's a chance worth taking, that you're going to overpay, if you want to call it from a cash flow point of view, for the dental practice that's only grossing 400 something, but you're going to make the money back. Simple as that. You're going to make the money back. When you buy a building, when you buy a practice, this default rate is so little. This is my opinion, of course. You have to speak to your professionals. But the default of a dental practice is so little. It's usually because of the doctor got involved in drugs or alcohol, or did something foolish like taking a PPO practice and overnight Firing the staff overnight, trying to change it to a fee-for-service, it just doesn't work that well. You can eventually do that, and slowly. You should never fire the staff, and not initially. But anyway, that's kind of what you have here. And this is a case scenario, and these things happen all the time, and each case is different. Every situation is different. Every deal is different. You have to analyze it. And you've got to work with the bank that's going to say, we'll take a chance on this. All right, and not all the banks will. That's why you need a dental bank. All right, great seeing you guys and talking to you today. It is in New Jersey. We got about 33 degrees. It's gray. It's cold. I wish I was in Florida right now. Hopefully this year, by next time, we'll be broadcasting from there, at least for a couple of the winter months. I'm going for a swim and a workout, and should have a great time. We have some new case studies coming up soon on the next YouTube, so stay tuned to that. We're excited to share this with you and give you live information day by day, and it should work out well. So please stay tuned, and we will be in touch with you. All right? Thank you. Bye now.